Hello, my name is Hannah Higgs. What is your definition of instructional supervision? My personal definition of instructional supervision is a leadership approach in which a leader or supervisor is facilitating and monitoring the instruction within the school system. And they create an open and reflective environment so positive change can occur in a timely and well executed manner. Looking at the different philosophies of education, my definition of this strives from the experimentalism super philosophy, in which there's positive change and a reflective manner. Question 2, what should be the ultimate purpose of supervision? The ultimate purpose of supervision is to grow and to achieve more. I always say that you can learn from anyone, no matter if they're 50 or if they're 5, and if they've been teaching for 1 year or 20. I feel supervision is not only to make sure that the laws and safety are being met, but also to oversee the growth and advise change for growth everywhere. You don't want to always stay mediocre. I feel like supervision is so that way we can reach a higher level of expectation. The supervisory approach, I think, that works best for me, based on my supervising definition and my thoughts of leadership, I would say a collaborative approach works best for me. Even as a supervisor, I'm not going to hold all the knowledge and know everything. However, two brains are always better than one, and so brainstorming new ideas and implementing them as a team, I feel is more effective and it creates a stronger buy-in. Explain why you feel that approach works best for you. Even as a supervisor, like I said, I'm not going to hold all the knowledge or know everything. So two brains are better than one. And I feel like if you're able to brainstorm, you can get a lot more ideas from other individuals that may not have the same ideas and the same outlook as you do. And I feel like that's very important because then new ideas that you may never would have thought of could be implemented because you are being more collaborative and open to new ideas. What knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values are possessed by successful supervisors? I would say there is a great deal of skills, attitudes, and values. First off, their personality needs to just be very open. It needs to be very transparent, honest. I feel like their attitude towards staff, students, community members needs to be the same. That openness, being able to have people come in and talk to you and feel open through communication. Like I said, you need to be able to listen to everybody, whether that is the janitor or the CEO of a company. Everybody has great ideas, and I feel like it's very important for you to be open. Another attribute I think they should have is kind yet firm. You can't be a pushover and let everyone do what they want, but you also can't be too stern and strict that teachers feel that they have no voice or opinions, when in reality, they spend more time with their students and they understand the needs of their students more because they're with them on a day-to-day basis and they see them and they understand them a lot more than I will. In an administrative role. So I feel like we need to make sure that everyone feels that they have a voice and they can come and talk to you, but also at the same time, you need to make sure that you're not being a pushover, you're being stern and making sure all guidelines are being met. Overall, I feel like balance is key in this. You need to be willing to allow others to try new things and step up in their leadership roles, but you also need to make sure that plans are being met, that everybody's work is getting done in a timely and professional manner. Overall, I feel like the knowledge will come through experiences. You will get new skills and attributes, as you grow. But I feel like the most important thing is balance and openness in relationships. What are the most important needs of teachers? I feel like there's probably 3. The first one would be respect, and to feel that someone has their back. I've met a lot of teachers that they feel that it is the best job ever and they give more to their job because they're respected and they feel that they can go to their administrators and tell them if something's going on or how they're feeling, if they're frustrated about something or if they have a new idea because they feel that somebody has their back. And on the contrary, many individuals are disheartened and miserable in their positions because they don't feel that respect and they don't feel like they're being heard. Which leads me into point 2, the ability to being heard. They need that ability to try new things, get encouragement and advice from their administrators, but to not get turned down in that negativity, you need to have that positivity in the workforce. I feel like is very important for the teachers. And the third thing is to have a full understanding of expectations and realities. Sometimes coming in, especially as a new teacher, you are not sure of all the curriculum. You may not be sure of all the technology uses, whether that's Skyward, whether that's Infinite Campus, Alpine. A lot of teachers don't understand how to use these efficiently, and I feel like that causes a great frustration even at the beginning of the year. I feel like if they have a full understanding of their expectations of, time to be there, time to go home, days that they're going to be working, etc., and they have a full understanding of expectations in and out of the classroom, I feel like that's very vital and one of the most important needs for teachers. What makes for positive relationships between supervisors and teachers? I would say an openness and a strong bond. Let them see that you're human, that you have a life outside of the workplace, and let them get to know you on a personal level, not just professional. You need to build the relationships just like teachers do with their students. You need to be open, you need to be communicative, have clear expectations, and I feel like having all of these things are going to build that strong relationship. What types of activities should be part of instructional supervision? I would say the conferences, formal and informal. I feel like it's very helpful when you could just go in and conference with your administrator or other teachers about maybe a lesson or a standard that you may be struggling with or that you thought went really well. I think that random check-ins, not only just for the classroom, but on a personal level, are very important too. So just walking in, asking a teacher how their day was, if there's anything they need, stuff like that should be part of the instructional supervision as well, to make sure that not only their professional life is great, but they need to make sure that their emotional and mental health and physical health are good, so we can give the most to our students as well. And lastly, I think pre and post conferencing. I really like the fact that if you do a pre-conference, you can see what the teacher really wants to excel in, what they're feeling before a lesson, and then a post-conference of, okay, let's reflect on that. What would you change? What did you really like? And I feel like it's more reflective in that terms, because you have a starting point to go off of, not just here's the lesson, okay, now let's discuss it after the fact. I really like that pre-conferencing as well. What should be changed regarding the current practice of instructional supervision would be definitely a voice from teachers. Some administrators do allow the teachers to say, although it wasn't in this lesson, I do this, this, and this, and here's some proof to meet other standards, because coming in once, twice, 3 times to watch a couple lessons doesn't show the whole teacher. It doesn't show everything that they're doing, everything that is implemented in the classroom. And I feel like if we would give teachers the ability to especially in conferencing or post-conferencing, say, here's the lesson, this is what I did today, or here's some other standards that I meet based on this. And I would say another thing is more pre-conferences where teachers get to explain their expectations. I feel like that not only helps the administrator understand where the teacher's coming from in their lesson, but I also feel like it helps the teacher create more of a reflective piece because of it. What should be the purpose of education? Ideally, it should be to educate young minds to become more productive members of society. It should be to mentor young individuals to reach their dreams, their goals, and their realities in life. However, education is not just about teaching. It's about giving them the knowledge and the skills, but it's also teaching them how to implement them, teaching them lifelong lessons. And even more, it's caring for those kids. Who should control the learning environment? I feel like the learning environment not necessarily is controlled by one individual or party. It's controlled by the teachers, it's controlled by the supervisors, it's controlled by the school board, the state, on a federal level. I feel it becomes a democracy in which many individuals have a say in what is going on. However, I feel like maybe teachers don't have as much of a voice. as maybe administrators, and administrators don't have as much voice as the school board, et cetera. That's the hierarchy of power. But I feel like there's no one who should be controlling the learning environment. I feel like it should stay a democracy, and create a stronger democracy, to be honest with you, to create a stronger learning environment. Because if one person or one party is in charge, I feel like then you will not have a balance over the whole nation or the whole state, because things are going to differ from place to place. Under what conditions is a student learning most successful? I feel like it's in an open environment where relationship and bonds are made. If you can build that connection with your students and they can see how much you care, I feel like that's when student learning is the most successful. Students are going to have more of a buy-in because they understand that you care about them, and they understand that you're trying to help them succeed in life. And it's not just you're there to teach for a paycheck, or they're there because they have to be. I feel like if you're making an open environment in which students can come to you, speak to you, and ask for assistance, ask for help, and feel is safe, I feel like the students are going to have a stronger learning environment because they're going to be more apt to learn. That is all that I have for you today. So I really thank you for allowing me this opportunity for the interview, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.